So good morning, students. In the last class, we were discussing about the strategies in reproductive health. So in that, we had talked about the first strategy, that is the family planning. Second one, sex education in the school. Third strategy about here, it is educating people of marriageable age group. So this is the third strategy. Educating people of marriageable age group. Whatever the couples or the youth, what we call, whose age will be in the marriageable. Okay, so like that people, they are sexually active people. Whatever the marriageable age group people will be there, they will be sexually active people. So it is necessary they should aware of the birth control, prenatal or postnatal care, then challenges of bringing up a child. See here, whatever the people of marriageable group, they will should be aware of birth controls or birth control. Then they should be aware of pre and postnatal care. Pre and postnatal care. Except this, they should be aware of challenges of bringing up a child. Bringing up a child. The next term, that it is a social responsibility for building a healthy family. For building a healthy family. Then avoiding unprotected sex. So these all things are important. Whatever the couples will be there of the marriageable age group, both, that is male and female, that people should know all these things. First thing, aware of birth control. Birth control means how to control the birth. So that term we can use as the contraception. Okay, there are various methods. In the further topics, we will study about that contraception. There are various methods to control the birth of children. The next, pre and postnatal care. Okay, before birth and after birth, whatever the care should be there, that is very important. Challenges of bringing up a child, how to take care of child, then social responsibility for building a healthy family. Social responsibility means that particular family, whatever the couples are there, they should have a responsibility. They should able to handle, or they should able to take that responsibility to build a healthy family. Okay, then avoiding unprotected sex, due to which many sexually transmitted diseases are going to transfer from one person to another person. Okay, if it is transferring from male to female, then from that female to child it may transfer. That will affect the mother and as well as the child. Okay, so these are all the things they should, the marriageable group or the couple should be educated of all these points. Okay, the next strategy is that adequate infrastructure and medical facilities. Fourth one, adequate infrastructure and medical facilities. This is also very important. As I told you, to attain total reproductive health, proper medical expertise and strong infrastructure facilities should be available. What should be available? Proper medical expertise and strong infrastructure facilities should be available. Okay, medical expertise means that it is the whatever the specialist or the doctors that should be available in time for what? For the maintaining a particular reproductive health. Then it should be available for reproductive health issues. This medical expertise and this infrastructure should be available for reproductive health issues such as it is pregnancy, childbirth, then abortion, miscarriage, then childbirth or else delivery, then infertility control, etc. So these all are the issues. For these reasons, that is, these all are what? Reproductive health issues. Okay, such as pregnancy is there, delivery, childbirth is there, abortion is there, miscarriage is there, then infertility control methods are there. For that, these strong infrastructure, for example, there should be proper bed in the PHCs or healthcare or clinics. It should be all the facilities should be available, except that specialists should be available on time. So all these things are very important. The next issue is that next strategy is that ban on sex determination technique. Fifth one, ban on sex determination technique. India has banned for what? For the sex determination in the hospitals, in the clinics, or in the centers where particular diagnoses are going to done. Okay, what are the diagnoses for determining the sex of the fetus or the unborn baby? That is one which is very common, that it is the ultrasonography. One more is there, that is amino. Okay, ultrasonography by using the sound waves. Okay, a 3D computerized image is going to form. What are that? By utilizing the sound waves, a computerized image is going to form. Computerized image is going to form, but this ultrasonography, it is used to not for determining the sex, but it is used to determine the abnormalities in the unborn baby or in the fetus. For what it is used? To determine the abnormalities. Abnormalities, especially which is related with the nervous system, that is brain, spinal cord, and for the other organs. Okay, to determine the defect in the other organs such as heart is there, liver is there, kidney is there. For determining that abnormalities, they are using the ultrasonography, not for determining the sex. Okay, so wherever you go in the scanning center and all, first of all, you will see some photos or the pictures in which they had written sex determination is banned here. Okay, so that is the reason. The next, this is very important for 3 marks. Amino synthesis. Explain about amino synthesis, 3 or 2 marks. Okay, so what is amino synthesis? We will see here. Amino synthesis. Here, amino synthesis, it is a cytological technique. Cytological means here some cells are going to use. It is one of the cytological technique. Okay, cytological technique of prenatal diagnosis of prenatal diagnosis for hereditary diseases. For what reason? See, amino synthesis here, it is by using some of the cells of the fetus or embryo. I will tell you later. So it is one of the cell-based technique. Cell-based technique means that it is the cytological technique, which is used for a prenatal diagnosis. Prenatal means before birth. Okay, before birth, whenever prenatal means that is before birth. This is used to diagnose the hereditary diseases, not the sex. Okay, hereditary diseases means that is the abnormalities related with the genes, chromosomes. Okay, some biochemical defective in the womb or in the fetus. For that reason, hereditary, some of the diseases are going to transfer from the parents. Okay, like that diseases, for diagnosing them, these amino synthesis have been discovered or introduced. But what happens means, it was first used in the year, in India, it was first used in the year 1975 in India. First, it was used in the year 1975, where means that is in the AIMS, All India Institute of Medical Science, which is located in the Delhi. Okay, there it was first used. But what happens? For what reason? See, this amino synthesis one test can determine or can detect around 1500 abnormalities in the fetus. How many? That it is 1500 abnormalities can be detected in whom? In the embryo or in the fetus. Okay, so by using this technique or by using this diagnostic technique, we can recognize what are the abnormalities. Okay, abnormalities such as genetic and all. If before only parents will come to know about these abnormalities, they will decide whether to have that child or not. Okay, or they have to terminate it. For that reason, this technique they are going to use. But in India, what happens means 11,000 couples. How many? 11,000 couples at that time, in that year only, they had used or they preferred this technique for using or for determining the sex of the child. Okay, that means sex of the child means that will cause a female feticide. Female feticide means this much of couple they are going for this technique only to determine the sex, whether it is male baby or whether it is a female baby. If it is female baby means they will go for the female feticide. Feticide means they are going to kill the fetus. Okay, feticide, fetus, unborn baby, side means killing the fetus. Okay, for that reason, the Indian government has been banned this technique. Okay, for what? For so many couples are going for this technique and they are performing the abortions if it is female or girl child. Okay, for that reason, they are killing the female child. So for that reason, this Indian government has been banned this technique and they legalized on sex determination. Before that, it was not legal to determine the sex, but nowadays it has been banned. So, what is amino synthesis that we will see here? How they are going to determine which cells they are going to take. Here, amino synthesis in this technique, few drops of amniotic fluid. Water, that it is few drops of amniotic fluid of developing embryo here. If it is developing embryo, the embryo will be in a fluid. Okay, in the womb of the mother, this embryo or fetus or else we can also call it as the embryo. Okay, so all these are they are present in a bag that it is filled with a fluid. What is that fluid means? This fluid is known as the amniotic fluid. Okay, it is present in that amniotic fluid. So what happens means here by using a micro syringe, okay, or by using an injection also we can say, by using that injection or micro syringe, they will take or they will suck that particular fluid of what? Developing embryo. So this amniotic fluid contains some of the cells of the embryo. Okay, it will contain some of the cells of the embryo. So if they are taking that fluid in an injection or a syringe, at that time that cells are also going to come out. So that cells they are going to culture. Culture means they will grow. In what? In the nutrient media. Nutrient medium. They will grow in the nutrient medium. Then see here, like this. In the test tube or in the petri plates, they will grow in the nutrient medium. Then by taking that cells, they will diagnose that cells. Okay. So by taking that cells only, they will come to know what are the abnormalities are there in that particular embryo. Understanding? See here, first of all, few drops of amniotic fluid of developing embryo, they will suck up with a micro syringe. Okay, amniotic fluid means this is one of the fluid which is present in the mother's womb. Okay, in which the fetus will be developing. Okay, so they will take then which contains this amniotic fluid contains the amniotic fluid as well as the some of the cells. Which cells? That it is the fetal cells. Okay, what does it contains? It contains the fetal cells. Then these cells are cultured in the nutrient media for few days. Then the cells are examined. These cells are examined for chromosomal abnormalities. Chromosomal abnormalities. Okay, chromosomal abnormalities means there will be deletion of the chromosome, there will be addition of chromosome. Okay, by which some of the syndromes are going to cause, such as Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, like that syndromes are there. Some children or some of the person who will be suffering from these chromosomal abnormalities, such as first of all, they will be mentally retarded. They have to live like that only during their lifetime. Okay, for their lifelong, they have to live with these abnormalities. For that reason, this is very important for diagnosis, all that things. Okay, so this is about what? About the amino synthesis, which will be asked for 3 or 2 marks. The next strategy is there, that it is the research on reproduction area. Next, research on reproduction areas. Sixth one. Research on reproduction areas. Here, research on various aspects of reproduction are encouraged and supported by governmental and non-governmental agencies. Okay, about reproduction, some researches has been done by whom means, that is by governmental and non-governmental agencies. Okay, they have done the research on what aspect, means that is on the reproduction. Okay, there is a great deal of breakthrough in the field of infertility control and contraception. What are the two important aspects for their research? Means that is infertility control. One is some of the couples are suffering from infertility. They will not have any child. Okay, that is one thing. Infertility control, how to control that infertility, and one more, birth control. Birth control, we can also call it as the contraception. Okay, so here contraception, one example is there, that it is the Saheli. This is one of the oral pill. What it is? Saheli. Sometimes they will ask for 1 mark. Okay, so what is Saheli? This is one of the oral tablet or oral pills. So here, this oral pill, it is a non-hormonal and non-steroidal contraceptive. What it is? It is non-hormonal. It does not contain any hormone, and non-steroidal. It also does not contain any hormone. Non-steroidal contraceptive. So this tablet or this pill, it was first developed by what means? By whom means? It was first developed by CDRI. What is CDRI means? Central Drug Research Institute. Okay, it was first developed by Central Drug Research Institute. Okay, which is located in Lucknow. So here, it is a good choice of contraceptive for women. Okay, as it does not have any side effects of hormones and steroids. Okay, the next thing here, it is legally available in India since from 2009 and has a good reviews about this oral pill. For what? For controlling the birth. Okay, so most of the women in India, they are choosing this oral pill for what? For this for contraception or for the birth control. The next strategy or next thing, next topic here, that it is the population stabilization and birth control. Population stabilization and birth control. So first we will see about the population stabilization, then we will go for the birth control. In the last century, and all around development in various fields significantly improved the quality of life of the people. Okay, as compared to the last century, if you see this present century, here the people quality, their way of living, okay, it has been developed in many ways, in their food, in their clothing, in their living system and all. It has been improved a lot. So here, increased health facilities. This is also one thing for maintaining a proper good life or improving their lifestyle. So with living condition has been explored, impact on the growth of population. Nowadays, see here, if people are suffering from a mild cold and cough, immediately they will go for the hospitals for taking the treatment. Okay, so like that only. See, if it is raining means they will cover themselves. Okay, because nowadays it's pakka house. In the last centuries and all, it was kacha house. Okay, they will live in the farms like that only. Okay, nowadays we are available here in these modern days. Here there is an availability of umbrella, raincoat and all. But in that days, there was nothing was there. So they will be suffering in that like that condition only. For that reason, the population death rate is goes on increasing in that centuries. But nowadays, if a mild cough, cold will be there, immediately we will go for the treatment. Okay, that is the thing which has improved from the last century to this century. This is only one thing. In many ways, in many things. Okay, if you talk about food, shelter, or whatever the housing, building and all. Okay, nowadays, if it is too much summer or temperature is very high means we are using the coolers and AC to maintain the temperature. Okay, in that days it was not there. They will suffer like that only. If they are dying also, it will not affect to them. Okay, so that is the thing. Their death rates are decreasing, and here the birth rates are increasing. In this century, the birth rates are increasing. In that century, the birth rates are decreasing and death rates are increasing. Opposite to that here in this modern days. So what happens? The world population, which was around all over the world population, how much it was there means population, it was 2 billion. 2 billion means that is around 2000 million. million. In which year means that is in 1900. In 1900, in this year, the world population is around 202 billion means 2000 million. Okay. The next here, what happens means it is has been increased so much. It in 2000. In 1900, it was 2 billion. In 2000, in the year 2000, it was increased to 6 billion. If like this is the condition in this century, then what happens after next 20 or 40 years? The 6,000 may become 6 billion may become 12 billion. Okay, so much population is increasing. Among this world, as I told yesterday also, India is the second largest populous country. So what is the and in 2011 it was 7 billion, 7.2 billion. In which year? In 2011. Like this increasing, goes on increasing. So in India also this trend is continuing. In India it was approximately 350 million in India during the time of independence. Okay, during the year 1945. How much it is? 350 million. But now during the 2000, it has become 1.2 billion. From 1945 to 2000, this much population has been increased. Why am I telling all these things about the world population, about the India population means here we have to study about the population stabilization. Okay, why I am explaining all these things means in India how to control the birth. Okay, what are the methods for controlling the childbirth? For that reason, I am telling all these things. Okay, so here a rapid decline in death rate. Next thing here you see, this is about the population. A rapid decline in death rate. Decline in death rate. Why the population is increasing like this means? So there is a decline in death rate. Means the death rates day by day it is going to decrease, but the birth rates are going to increase. So here it's there are two terms are there, that it is MMR and one more that it is IMR. What are these MMR and IMR means maternal mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, and one more that it is infant mortality rate. There are two rates or two terms they had given, maternal mortality rate and infant mortality rate, as well as an increase in the number of people in reproducible age. Okay, one more term, increase in the population of reproducible age. See here, first of all there is a decline in death rate, then incline or increase in birth rate. Why there is an increase in birth rate means maternal mortality rate is going to increase day by day. Maternal means mother's rate or number of mothers who are pregnant or who are going to give birth to the newborn. That is the maternal mortality rate. It is goes on increasing. If this rate is going to goes on increasing means infant mortality rate is also goes on increasing. Okay, infant means newborn. Okay, their rate is also goes on increasing. Why these all are increasing? Because there is an increase in the population of reproducible age. Reproducible age means that it is marriageable age or whatever the couples who are sexually active. Okay, so there is an increase in the number of population of reproducible age. So that is the reason MMR and IMR are going to increase. That is why decline in the death rates and increase in the birth rates. If there is a decline in the death rates and increase in the birth rates, so day by day the population will be increasing. So for this reason, through here the reproductive child health, that it is RCH. This is one of the program. What it is? Reproductive child health program. This is one of the program. So the we could bring down the population birth rate. Okay, by what? By this birth control methods. So if census, what we call they will write down some census members will come and they will note it down. How many members are there in the family? How many girl childs are there? How many boy child are there? Like that they will maintain a data. Okay, maintain a data of a particular area, in which area there is a more birth rates are going to increase. For them, they will give awareness of birth control, or they will give some prefer some methods for birth control. So that birth control we will continue in the next class. Okay, thank you.